Welcome. Welcome to Inspire. What a great day, Patty.
Yes.
I am Miji, and this is my co-host.
I'm Patty.
And thank you for being with us today. We're so excited because we developed this show, Inspired, in order to share with you stories of greatness, stories of people who are so inspirational, doing remarkable things, who contribute to humankind. Stories of people who pursue their passions and live life just to the most because their skills and their talents and their lifestyles are that of maximizing their potential. They're doing what they love. They're doing what they dream of. And along the way, they're showcasing character, skill, talent, and behaviors for the rest of us to modify, right? To emulate, rather. So today, Patty has been gracious enough to have remarkable guests that I'm sure will further assist us in creating this movement of inspiration. We want to make sure that you're inspired. We were inspired. Now you go out and inspire somebody else. So, Patty?
I think one of the most inspiring things in this world is music. I see how it just, for myself, it uplifts my soul, and that's one of our goals, is to really just bring positivity to the world. And with us today, we have Asmar and Lil Asmar, and I am just so grateful for you being with us, because you're a gifted musician, both of you. So I want you to introduce yourselves, because you have been really, you've started at such a young age, and you're making such an impact in the world. So thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Can you tell us, who you are and what you're up to?
My name is Lil Asmar.
And you've been playing for a while, huh?
Yes.
So Dad, why don't you tell us how did your son get involved, and what's going on in his life right now?
A lot. I'm Big Asmar, and I play the bass. He walks in my room, and he was so little, 7 years old, and he said, "Dad, could you teach me how to play the bass?" I started laughing at him, thinking, because the bass was like bigger than him.
Yeah.
But he stood there, and he had this look in his face like, I'm not leaving. And it was a look that he had when I taught him how to play chess. Well, he taught himself. He mimics everything he see me do. He learned how to play chess when he was like 3 or 4 years old.
Wow.
From watching me play chess in the park every day in summertime. And he was just standing there, and I said, Asmar, if I get you a bass, are you gonna play it every day? He said, yes. I said, you sure? He said, yes. And that's how it started. I got him a bass. 2 weeks into me showing him the mechanics and how it works, I didn't even realize that I showed him actually how to play 80% of all the music I knew.
Oh my goodness.
In 2 weeks, and I didn't realize it.
That's amazing. I think I read something that from the age of 7, by the age of in 2 years, he had accomplished so much,
Yes.
and he plays a multitude of instruments like you do.
Yes.
That's amazing. When Patty said she wanted you, she's been reading about you for a while. When she said she wanted you on the show, I was so eager to meet you. But then she sent videos from all your, some of your escapades and appearances on Ellen or appearances on Steve Harvey. I saw the one with Steve Harvey. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, that's wonderful. But what I did see there was you and your love. The love as a father to just go and do something for your son, your pride, and that just eagerness to just make sure that this kid is given an opportunity to do what he absolutely loves. And I think that part of inspiring our audiences, for me particularly, is to be able to tell your story, because you are a model, for a role model for our audiences. If your kid has a gift, and he absolutely does, what can we do to go out and support our children so that they can take off and fly and no one is saying no? So I think you've done that, and I want to say thank you. I see Patty do that with her children all of the time. She is one of the people that I admire the most as a parent. So I just want to say thank you. And it's no surprise to me why she was able to identify somebody like herself. So
Wow.
thank you for being here.
And I thank you. I thank you so much. One of the things dealing with my relationship with my son is I had a father, but I didn't have a father. I come from a large family, and throughout my life, my father never ever told me he loved me. I never heard those words ever come out of his mouth. And just recently, my oldest sister, me and her had a conversation one time, and I said, "Why Daddy never told us he loved us?" And she said that was just him. That was just the type of man he was. If you ask Asmar or any of my other kids, how many times have I told them I love them, they'll tell you they don't know, because I make it my job to tell my kids I love them all the time.
But you're showing them also.
Yes. It's how can I say it? Because of what my dad didn't give to me, it makes me yearn to give my kids what he didn't give me. So it's like I don't overproceed it like what he's did, period. Because to love your kids, it's just endless. It's from here to the moon. People say, "Wow, you got a lot of things going on for your son." I push for him. I'm gonna do what I feel I'm supposed to do as a father and a dad.
Thank you.
That's incredible.
And God.
Yes.
God. That's number one. Spiritual. And my belief is that he was sent to me for me to just teach him, but then God anointed his hands, because he could do stuff with the bass I can't do, and I've been playing 40-something years.
Wow.
And he can do stuff I can't do.
Wow.
And it's
So
amazing.
that you journey together.
Yes.
You teach each other.
And you said something to me that was so profound, how you've given up control. You've kind of let God take the reins.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. I feel, this is how I feel, honestly. Lil Asmar came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, can I get in the car with you?" I said, "Come on." He get in the car, and we driving, and we come up to this light. And when we get to this light, I hear this voice, and it say, "Let me drive from here. I've watched your journey, but I'm going to take you places you've never been." And that was the voice of God.
Oh my God.
And I got in the passenger seat and let God drive. And we've been around the country because of so.
Wow.
So Patty, faith, right?
Yes.
That trust, that faith, that belief. So you're believing not just in God, you're believing in your son, you're believing in yourself. You believe that, like you said, you were here to do something. So you're allowing yourself to just, that conviction to, you don't need to know how it's going to be done, right? You just need to know that it's going to be done.
Yes.
And as
Yeah.
parents, we often try to keep that control, but it's just amazing faith that you have.
Yes.
And Lil Asmar, how do you feel, having such a wonderful dad and being able to follow your heart at such a young age?
Feels good.
Yeah. What do you
Yes.
love about performing?
I love everything about performing because the whole crowd gets to see me perform, even on a big stage, everywhere. And actually fun to perform, especially when I'm with a band performing. It's great.
And who have you performed with?
I was performing with my dad sometimes. Famous people, my band, and a lot of other people.
Well, he meant, when he said his band, he has a band. One of the members, his name is Donald Guillaume, which is a big producer. He didn't work with Paul McCartney, Stevie Wonder, Eddie Murphy, Diana Ross. He's worked with so many people, and he's part of the band, actually. He's the drummer. And, one of the bands that Lil Asmar he have a few bands that he's a part of.
Do you think that, that he has a concept of his greatness? I mean, just can you, it's hard to understand, to gauge, but are you aware of what you've accomplished? Do you think he has?
No.
Okay.
I don't think he understands it. I do, because I'm a lot older, and it's me making these contacts and, you know, to make sure these things happen. He know about these people once I tell them, you know, who they are, like the celebrities, but he doesn't know, like, the full magnitude of these people are legends, and, you know, like.
So that's amazing in itself, because
Yes.
sometimes when we, you know, that might be a gift. What do you think? Might be a gift that when you don't know, you have nothing to gauge it with, then you just allow yourself just to go, because you're just not comparing yourself or not thinking this is a milestone, or oh, I can't do that. But, you know, just that trust and that faith that yes, you can.
It's amazing, yeah. And sometimes when you have a gift, you just think, oh, it comes easy for me. It's no big deal. And, you know, you don't seem nervous or anything on stage performing with these big names. Do you feel any?
Well, he's been on about 180 stages. I mean, big stages, big platforms, and just last week we were in Maryland. Was the first time he told me he was afraid. First time. Normally, I'm the one, like, a little, you know, scared, making sure everything all right. But this stage was super big, and they wanted him to talk, and he was just, you know, very little with words. But it was the first time that he told me that he was a little afraid.
So many more questions, but let's pause for a second. Let's give our audience a little taste of the greatness that the two of you, share and gift to us. So let's just take a look. Enjoy. Welcome back. What did you think?
You're amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, how fast you can move your hands. It's amazing. How do you feel? Like, do you get lost when you're performing? Like,
I'm just in my own type of zone.
yeah, that's amazing.
So what does it feel like? Do you feel a rush inside, or you're so, are you able to know where in your body you're feeling the energy? Please tell us. Okay.
Like the movements of what I'm doing, you know, how I feel. Because, like, when I'm in your own zone, no one can stop you. It's like, it feels actually good. 'Cause your energy is just pumping, you know, you're excited.
So what do you dream of?
Becoming a bass teacher when I get older.
That's wonderful. So you want to spread what you know to other kids.
Yes.
And you have a brother?
Yes, and he plays the piano.
Does he? That's fantastic.
You have more than just.
Yes.
They're all musicians, I
Yeah.
believe, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What kind of instruments do you play? Can you name all the instruments you play?
Drums, violin, the piano, double bass, and the bass, and then a xylophone.
Unbelievable. So I'm going to ask you to send a message to all the children and young adults and adults that are gifted and talented that can play music or do something. If you were to talk to them and send a message of encouraging them to follow their dreams, pursue their passions, what would you say to them?
I would say, because, like, sometimes there's nothing to do, right? You know, you can't do anything after you work or something, or you like bored. You know, like when you have an instrument, you can play it instead of just doing nothing. You just play it and have your own zone. Even if you don't know how to play it, at least try.
Wow.
That's incredible.
How old are you?
12.
12, and you're speaking like it's unbelievable. I have to say that comes from your family, but something inside of you must just really have that wisdom to, because at such a young age you're given advice that we can all use, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, Patty's children are musicians, and two of her children, they can play beautifully. So what do you think?
Yeah, but they're, you know, I think what's really amazing about you is probably when you're bored, you're not going to go to the video game, or, you know, it's just a natural inclination, an outlet. So I think that's fantastic about what you're doing and what you're giving to other people in the community too, from my hometown. So
Wow.
it's just wonderful.
South Plainfield.
New Jersey, huh?
It's
South
wonderful.
Plainfield.
They're at the parades, and
Yes.
it's just wonderful to have local talent, and just, you know, and you're good people, and what you do is you exemplify, you know, the way you live and the way you share your gift. It's exemplifying that to the community, so it's wonderful.
So I'd like to extend that message to now the parents. The parents who have children that may have interests, that may have some gifts. What would you say to the parents? How would you encourage them?
To pay attention. That's first. If your kid comes to you and say, Mom or Dad or Grandma or Grandpa, I want to play an instrument, you have to, right then and there, take them up on it, because the child could have a gift, and if you don't pay attention to it, that gift just goes. If you pay attention to it, that gift can take them so far in life, and it creates a stronger bond, you know, with the parent and that child. I'm so close to him and to my children because of the music. You know, it's different than just raising your kid. When you have something that you and your kid can come together on, it makes the structure of the family stronger. Like, you can feel, when I play with him, I can feel it. I can tell when he's in the zone. He can tell when I'm in the zone.
That energy is contagious.
Yes.
But that's remarkable advice for our viewers, any of our viewers. You're such an inspiration.
Yes. Pay
Running
attention.
out of time here.
Yeah, no, we're always running out of time. You're just so inspirational, you know.
you.
And what do your classmates think of you? And, you know, in school, do
Oh, they gave me a nickname,
what is it?
Bass Boy.
Bass Boy. That's a great nickname, right? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. Defines you, right? Bass Boy. That's
He had me laugh one day. He came home from school and said, Dad, sixth grader talks to me. I guess, you know, when you're in the fifth, it just stays the fifth grade.
yeah.
And now he got the sixth graders, they talk to him. He said one of them became his bodyguard. He makes sure nobody gets in front of him. I said, wow.
That's cute. That, you know, people are impressed. Your peers are impressed because it takes a lot of courage to go out and pursue something and do something. It just really takes that passion, that love, but it takes guts. Wouldn't you say, Patty, just to go in
Yeah.
out and do something?
It's very courageous and brave to go out of your comfort zone and to tour the country, you know, like you've been doing. I'm amazed, and you're so down to earth. Like, you're very approachable, and you're very open with your gift and what you're doing.
Just recently, I'm just me. I'm me. I'm normal. We was in Maryland, and when he got done performing, the way they had the celebrities, they had the yellow tape and all that. Everybody, you know, we supposed to stay on this side. I went on the other side where all the people were, and security had to come and say, Big Asmar, you have to be over here. You know, you have celebrity status, whatever. But I'm me. I don't care about all that.
But you know what? That's what really makes you inspirational. When people can see who you are, and it's a lot of what we showcase, we want to showcase here, the person behind what you do, that character, that's really where we find it, that people connect. That's why I connected Patty. If you only knew her life and her struggles and what she does for her children and for her community, it's unbelievable. And that's really what bonds, us,
Right.
is just because I can see other than the gorgeous, woman that stands here next to me, I can see who she is and what drives her and what motivates her. And I would have to say that a lot of that is her love for her children, her love for her community, her love for her passion just to contribute and make a difference. And that's what I see in you. And my gosh, you're already doing that. So, I mean, we should have booked several segments here with you, but it's amazing. I'm just honored, and I thank you for picking such great inspirational,
We
duo
thank
here.
you
So,
guys for having us.
And what's next for you in the grand scheme of things?
He have an EP coming out. We're actually at the end of it. We have like one more song.
Okay.
And Leah Janae, she's an up-and-coming R&B artist. She was on The Voice, she was on The Forest, she was on the Apollo. She's actually featured on his EP.
wow.
And it's awesome. Like, he wrote this music, and it shocks me. Like, when I sit back and I listen to this, like, wow. But I hear, the Bible speaks upon how the harp was an instrument that was just so beautiful, and it was a string instrument.
It's beautiful.
And this is just what I feel with string instruments. It frees the soul.
It makes your senses come alive. It sounds like how
yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
Like, I love music. Even if something's agitating me, if I pick up my bass and play, whatever it was that was bothering me, I don't even really remember, because I get so caught up. It takes all negativity away.
Is that what happens for you? I know that you play an
Definitely.
instrument, you play the piano, and is that where you go, Patty?
Yeah, I can relate to how
Yes.
you kind of like go into like another zone.
Therapeutic.
And I heard once that music is the language. It's universal. Even my child, who's nonverbal, and as you know, she's got disabilities. She responds to music like she'll sing. She'll just hold notes and sing.
Wow.
So I think what you're offering is amazing.
One more thing I really wanted to touch on too, dealing with this. I've always been a leader, throughout my life with a lot of different things. And I feel, God brought me to this point to become a leader, to get people to understand His word. It's just so deep. This whole thing is very deep to me, because it changed my life. Like, there's another part of me. I'm not sure if you guys even know. I'm just somewhere today in life because of my faith in God, my belief. Even with parenting, music has helped me become a better father. And it wasn't always like that, though. I went to the left in my life at one point, but my kids made me change my life.
So it sounds like you found music, your faith, the ability to speak to others, just to be more than just something that you do. It's a purpose. It's a passion. It spreads onto your character and that message you want to send to others. So I thank you, and you're going to play for us again, so we can delight our audiences. But I just want to say thank you for everybody for viewing our show. It's a remarkable experience. Patty and I feel like we're living our dreams.
Yeah,
We're just beginning, because we just want to be a part of this world and shed light. Patty is amazing. Just look her up as
you're
well.
amazing.
So, but yeah, thank you so much.
We're going to put your website and all your social media information up for people to see you. What is your website, real quick?
www.lilasmar.com.
Okay.
And on Instagram, it's at lilasmar_.
Okay, wonderful.
And thank you for being here. Is there something you'd like to say?
Well, thank you for having me here.
Oh,
You're wonderful.
Thank you. Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
we thank you.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you. And thank you for loving your father the way you do. It's just apparent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Big shout outs to Garden State, Pete.
All right.
you.
Just
We're gonna-
You got it. You got it.
we're going to end the show with your music because
Okay.
there's no better way to roll out this show than to hear you again. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, Big Asmar. And Lil Asmar, I'm so excited to share your story with the world.
I'm Miji.
And I'm Patty, and this is Inspire.
Thank you.